We pick things up this week in Amsterdam once again, where I'm about to board KLM's 787-10 service to Nairobi. It's worth mentioning KLM's Crown Lounge at Schiphol. It's relatively new and much of its design works very well. There are all sorts of different spaces you can park yourself in, each with its own mood and feel. And I love all the Delft blue houses on display. But I'm not sure if it deserves all the hype it's received. Granted, one whole side of it is still closed, but while it's a good lounge, I didn't see so much to rave about. I found it especially strange that they charge for most drinks at the bar at this, their flagship lounge. At least there's a little outdoor area with some good views of all the pretty blue planes. Anyway, on to the 787-10. The business class seats on here look very similar to KLM 787-9, but they have subtle differences. The seat here comes with a very high resolution screen, plus all of the bits and pieces you'd expect like USB and universal plug outlets, a little nook for storing headphones and water bottle, and a decently sized countertop. There's also a sturdy table that folds out from under it. There's not a ton of extra storage, but that's pretty standard on this type of seat. There's a simple and straightforward set of touch-sensitive buttons to recline the seat. This sort of button can often be problematic, but I didn't have any issues here. I love the colors, fabrics, and finishes in general. With the pink mood lighting and the blue tones of the cabin, I find these KLM cabins feel particularly comfortable and cozy in flight. Seats are also comfortable to sit in, and the footwell has enough space. No complaints here. I did notice that for a new seat, they seemed pretty scuffed up, and I wonder if that indicates a lower quality construction. And no individual air vents, which is rare on the Dreamliner in my experience. Nevertheless, this is certainly one of my favorite business class products overall for looks, privacy, and comfort.
Routing will take us out of Schiphol Airport on the northerly direction, turning over Amsterdam city and its surroundings. Might offer some beautiful views today with excellent weather conditions here at Amsterdam. And then we'll be heading south. And once on the way, all details of this flight will be available on your personal video system, which will show you the details of the routing, the altitude which we use for the cruise, and the estimated time of arrival.
We would like to explain the safety information on board your KLM flight through the fine art of Delft Blue. Please pay attention to every detail.
Let's take a moment here to enjoy the Alps as we overfly them. It's about 8 hours flying from Amsterdam to Nairobi. That's a pretty good length for a day flight. Long enough to really spend some time and test out the service and seat, but not so long that flying fatigue sets in. Plus, on the Dreamliner, I really noticed the lower cabin altitude. I come off the plane much less dried out and tired. Here's a look at the amenity kit, a pretty average offering. As for the menu, it looked pretty good. I think it's nice that they're offering a plant-based option for each meal. Wines looked pretty good too, though I didn't have any. I had the beef and gnocchi for the main meal and it was delicious. The empanada and pastel de nata before landing was pretty good too. But what really made this flight great was the service. Once again, KLM delivered here with a friendly, professional crew who just generally seemed happy to be there. KLM is so consistent with this, and I really appreciate it. The purser came around to speak with everyone on board on this flight, or just to say a brief hello and welcome if it seemed like they weren't up for a chat. I don't know if it's something in KLM's company culture, or if it's more about hiring practices or training, but they're doing a great job with this, and in the end, it's what will keep me coming back and booking flights with them. That and the Delft Blue houses, of course, of which I now have 5, and I feel like I need all 102. I'd be curious to hear from you if you've ever had a different experience with KLM. Is there such a thing as a surly KLM crew? Let me know in the comments. We got treated to quite a nice African sunset somewhere over Sudan, and before long we were descending into Nairobi's Jomo Kenyatta International Airport.
Started already, and the remaining flight time is approximately 25 minutes. A little bit depending on the traffic situation, we hope to gain a few more minutes, but we expect to arrive exactly on our planned and scheduled arrival time at Nairobi, which is 10 o'clock local time in the evening. Otherwise, it's looking great with a mild northeasterly wind. There are no clouds reported, and the visibility is excellent. The temperature at this moment is 18 degrees Celsius. I hope you enjoy the flight, the service and the comfort after disembarking, and wish you a safe continuation of your journey and a very good evening.
Let op bij het openen van de bagagebakken. Er kunnen spullen verschoven zijn en eruit vallen.
Cabin crew, this is our flight.
Thanks for coming along, and be sure to hit that subscribe button because we've got some Kenyan bush flying coming up next, and you definitely don't want to miss that. In Nairobi, for Flight Radar 24, I'm Gabriel Lee.